So this is a walkthrough for the Hubris Comics store, which is very important for getting a lot of melee equipment. And this is a melee walkthrough on survival mode to just show you that it is possible. Now this first room is going to be a little hectic because you're going to have ghouls just falling from the ceiling. None of these ghouls on the first floor are particularly hard, it's just that there's a lot of them. So yeah, just play it safe. Don't be afraid to use Molotov cocktails or grenades. Just make sure, you don't blow yourself up if you do that. Because it's a rather crowded room, and there can be some issues. But once everything's dead and it's kind of safe to move around, pick up the comic book, an Unstoppables comic book. There's a key in that register there for the back room, which is nothing really that great in there, but just go ahead and pick up the key anyway. It's going to make your life hopefully a little bit easier. This guy tried to get away from the action. He was not so lucky. Now, on the first floor, aside from the comic book, there's also Grognak's axe, which is in this locked display case. I brought Kate along with me just so she can unlock it. I don't have the lock picking ability. You want to make sure that she has some bobby pins, otherwise she just won't be able to do it. I like to give her a few because she's my little lock picking girl. While she's picking that lock, I come in here, I get whatever in here, and I use the key to get through these so I don't have to lock pick it. She's finished unlocking it, you open the case, you get the axe. Very nice. It does moderate damage, but it's medium. So right now I've got an agility of 9, and I can get about 7 hits off using VATS. So it's got stagger and bleed. Stagger's pretty nice for on a melee weapon because you hit somebody and they kind of take a step back. They kind of interrupts their natural flow, and it prevents you from taking too much damage. If you're in here on survival difficulty, there will probably be a few legendaries. So that's always good. Second floor, there's some guys in this back room over here. If you're playing it safe and slow, like I'm trying to do, they won't rush up on you. But otherwise, they'll meet you in the first room if you're loud. Once everything's clear on this floor, there's 2 very important things you want to grab. One of them is the key, which is on the other side of this door over here. I could lockpick this door and get there, but I'm going to go around back to the first room. And there's a key right here under this desk. So the key is going to be helpful on the next floor. So pick up this memorabilia photo frame for the Silver Shroud. On this level, I'm going to start talking to you about sneaking. Now when you're sneaking, you've got 2 different brackets on either side of hidden that shows you how close you are to being caught. So when you have the lights out, you're less likely to get found, and when you're not moving, you'll see that the brackets get further out, and that means you're less likely to be found. When you're in caution or hidden, you get sneak attacks, and that scales up pretty nicely with melee weapons. I think the standard sneak attack with a melee weapon is like 3 times, and if you use the ninja perk, you can go up to 3, 4, 5 times damage for that initial sneak attack. If you have picked up the key at the bottom or the second floor, you can get through the store without having to lockpick it. You'll find a Silver Shroud script on the desk, a bunch of mentats and stim packs, and whatnot, and then you're just about ready for the third floor. Third floor is going to be one of the hardest floors just because there's a high level glowing one, and you kind of want to make sure you're ready. You can use some drugs, jet, psycho, whatever. I like to have it handy just in case things start to go bad. But what you want to do is have your companion. I give him a melee weapon for this, but because it's silent. But I'll command them to come up here before I take a step up onto the top floor itself, because that's going to enact a chain of events. But with Kate, she can go up there, it's fine. But you can kind of see the feet of the glowing one underneath the backdrop there. So just have her attack him, or command her to go attack him. I don't know why she goes and gets that box. AI is a little funky sometimes. But there's 2 more ghouls just inside this room that you can want to take out. Yeah. And then by this point, Kate's already dead. She has been downed by the glowing one. That guy hits extremely hard on survival mode, so you don't really want to be there fucking around with him. He has, aside from being hard to kill, he can also bring back any fallen ghouls back to life. So, huge pain in the ass. So he's brought one downstairs back to life, and I'm just going to take him out real quick, because I don't want him fucking with me. And I'm going to try to make sure that Kate is the one kind of tanking the glowing one while I kind of stand back and wait for my action points to get up there. And just run away from the glowing one if you don't have action points or you don't think you can kill him. Once he's dead, pick up the Silver Shroud armor, pick up the prop gun, handcuffs for Kate for later. She likes it kinky. Yep. There is one more comic book over here in this room. I think it's another Unstoppables or Astoundingly Awesome. It gives you like 5% for the cry later. And don't forget, very important for melee is Grognak's costume. It's got 2 strength on it and a little bit of bonus damage for melee. So combine Grognak's axe and Grognak's costume, and you're running around as Grognak, which I'm probably going to do for the rest of the melee walkthroughs. You might have noticed Kate's in a baseball outfit because I stole her corset, but now I'm Grognak, and I look like a stripper. It's good stuff, have fun, please subscribe.